Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Go Mango Anime Cast. We're covering Darling in the Franxx, episode 12, and oh man, this episode's a doozy. Oh boy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
so
who
let's.
are you? Who are you?
Oh, hey, and with me today we have me, Strangewords. I'm Strangewords, and you guys are. Who are you guys? That's a good question.
Me, Cinder Blaze.
And Makotoa.
Yeah, I almost skipped the intro because, man, I want to get straight to discussing this episode because.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Can we start off by giving our okay, did you like the episode? Did you not like the episode? Because I feel like all three of us are on different points of view.
I really liked the episode. It was a really good episode to me.
Okay, Alex.
I absolutely hated this episode.
And I am in the middle. I'm not sure what to think. I kind of liked certain parts. I kind of didn't like certain parts. I'm not entirely sure what to think.
Yeah.
So,
where do you want to start off this episode? I feel like if we just take it bit by bit, then it'll be easier to flesh out all of our opinions.
What made you like the episode, Jordan?
All right, so one thing I really liked about the episode was that we got a lot of answers here. We got so many answers.
Oh.
Not all the answers, but so many important answers.
Yeah.
And we also got. Sorry. Go ahead.
Despite me saying that I hated this episode, there were parts of this episode I hated a lot, but I did like a lot of things that did happen in this episode. It just some things were just bogging it down for me, and one of the things I did like was finding out the answers, especially with with Zero Two's transformation into a Klaxosaur, getting a little bit more fleshed out. They gave us a little bit, and I liked how much information they did give us, and just throw it out oh, she has 3 more fights to go before she goes completely berserk. It's oh, well, she's almost there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then additionally, I did like seeing the whole drama between Hero and Zero Two progress. I don't know, and also one thing that's just personal bias. I liked the snowy landscape a lot. That's just me.
This aesthetic was really good this episode.
The snow was animated really well.
You said you liked the jackets too.
Oh yeah.
I like the little kill blazers they're sporting in the winter. It's good stuff. But yeah, and then the fights were pretty decent. And let's see what else. What? All right. Okay. Actually, you know what? I don't want to say fights, but some of the maneuvers were pretty nice. That's what I should say. The fights weren't really all that flashy. It's just that.
Okay. I mean, I thought that they were cutting back on the budget for the fights this episode. Personally.
Oh well, there wasn't as much action, but
I don't know.
A few times they actually pulled off some stuff. It looked neat.
Yeah, I felt for some of these scenes in particular, in comparison to the other episodes, they put a lot more budget into the action scenes. You could see it, the fluidity of Strelizia. Despite there being a lot of unnecessary movements in the fights, when she does go berserk and stuff, when she's actually doing stuff, it looks pretty good. It just the enemies weren't as impressive that we couldn't see it as well.
And then they also had for the slower parts of the action scenes, they also kind of toned down the budget. That's normal. But they toned it down a bit more than normal, I'd say, this episode, which may have contributed to your dislike.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were parts that just felt like maybe they just weren't. They were executed poorly from the angle or whatever, but.
I don't know. I felt like those were non-action scenes in an action scenes. They're more transition to better shots, and that's why I was okay, I don't need to have full budget animation in these moments.
It doesn't need to be the perfect fight every single second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of wasted time in this fight itself that if they spent a lot of the animation on movements I don't care about, then I wouldn't care about the animation all that much, So they cut it where they needed to, and they just when.
I'm so glad that you've come to defend this episode, Alex. It's so refreshing to see you now.
Well, yeah, because I'm gonna get down on what I hate about it.
Yeah,
relatively.
He's gonna start stabbing it.
Yeah.
Oh man. can we talk about the little bit of a hint at what's going on apparently in the deep plot? Because they said, why are the Klaxosaurs here? Are they onto us?
All right, so
What was
I
that?
totally, I 100% called it. She's a Klaxosaur princess. 100% confirmed. No possibility of me being wrong here. Zero, no. But actually, yeah, I definitely think this does lend some credence to my theory of she's a Klaxosaur princess.
Gosh. Wow.
Because, I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
but then
from the very
what are the
beginning.
Klaxosaurs? Are they some type of mutated human in the first place?
Actually, no, I think it's actually, actually, yeah, sort of, because maybe it's some sort of old war crime where it's like, oh yes, we're trying to make bioweapons, and so we experimented with human genetics, and then we created Klaxosaurs. So the Klaxosaurs that normally fight are just normal mutated humans, and then the people who create the Klaxosaurs are the royalty, and they look more human-like.
I wouldn't.
But they have
Yeah, I
enhanced
wouldn't put it
physical-
past the show to do something along those lines where they're
the-
still technically like related, or maybe those Klaxosaurs are ones who have like devolved enough. Because look at what's going on with 02.
What I think is happening with 02 is that she was Klaxosaur royalty. They found her because she was cast out or something.
Right.
And then they, did some sort of scientific process to like slowly start trying to reverse the mutation that affected the humans way back then.
Yeah.
And then when she, taps into her anger and whatnot, it kind of, makes her start reverting back to a Klaxosaur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like it's been like a repeated theme throughout this entire series. Like whenever she kind of like looks at her reflection, she gets really pissed off because like she sees like this kind of like fake. Like even though she is human, she doesn't feel like she is, and she's just
she's almost human. That's what makes her really frustrated.
Yeah, and like just seeing her kind of like blow up again. I mean, it feels a bit redundant at this point, but like just seeing it like actually kind of like produce like physical results. Like her fingers and nails were like all like messed up.
I definitely don't think it's redundant this episode in particular, because she actually starts she's apparently turning into the sorification process is happening, so she might become like some sort of weird Klaxosaur hybrid during the next episode before they have to bring her back and try to revert her.
We did see Hiro undergo that process as well, like when kind of like first started like tumor, piloting. Yeah. I think it was the third time he was piloting with 02.
The tumor.
Yeah, the blue tumor. Yeah, but for 02, that's because he's a normal human. But in 02's case, it'll be something special. Or Hero's gonna be like, "Hey, you know what? I pulled myself through. You can pull yourself through and try to become human again." I feel like it's gonna result something like that, or it's gonna be really interesting and do something different.
Yeah, like I honestly want some more scenes with the Hero, because right now I feel like his character is easily the weakest out of the entire cast. Like even that one fat dude, Futoshi, like I enjoy his screen time a lot more than Hero's.
I think you enjoy his suffering. Is what I'm hearing.
You do. Yeah, you do.
You do. I hear you.
Oh,
terrible person.
Yeah.
But let me put my 2 cents about all of this. I think before we all convened, I was chatting with Alex about this. That it felt like 02 has had this issue for a while, and like it wasn't addressed by anyone. And Hiro was saying, "Hey, I can talk to you about this if you want. Hey, I can talk to you about this if I want," like every episode, and nothing happened. And I mean, that's pacing, right? They wanted to focus on the side characters, and so nothing could happen. But then at the same time, when he finally does say something, it's like, here we go, he's doing this stereotypical Hero lines and words, and like I don't know if it's because of the way it like her issues were happening over all these episodes, and we've had to wait to finally have it addressed, or maybe it's a combination of that and the way he executed it this episode, where he kind of failed miserably. and for whatever reason, you know, 02 could have even been helped or not is still in question. But like, it just felt like he was such a failure, and it's frustrating to see her suffering and going through all of this, and Hiro being the one person who we know is going to help her in the end because he's the hero, right?
Yeah.
But like, and then him not to do it after all this time, and then to fail so hard when he tried, it doesn't paint him well in my eyes right now.
Here's the thing. I could forgive that because I think it's very, very intentional. Because this actually hard. This actually goes to a point, another point that I have. But Hiro right now is very, very restrained compared to his younger self that we've seen. Because his younger self was super bright, super outgoing from what we've seen, and then an event happened, and then he kind of was dead-eyed, just kind of like just lost that inner spark.
And his memory.
So right now we got Dead-Eye Hiro, and now that we're doing some flashbacks, so my theory is that Dead-Eye Hiro going to disappear after a few episodes, and we're gonna get a brighter Hiro, not like back to the nice, happy-go-lucky, outgoing, strong Hiro, but some sort of like tempered Hiro.
I don't know. I feel like he's gonna go from like a regular Shinji character to a super Shinji character.
No, come on.
Like,
no.
Okay, so my main issue with this episode is just like what you were kind of saying, how Hiro is basically doing a whole bunch of nothing, and the only reason we know that he's gonna comfort 02 eventually in the series is because he's the main character.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing like particularly like interesting about his character right now that would make me go like, oh yeah, this is why he's gonna be like there for her. Like, even though like I don't really like the Goro Ichigo kind of relationship, I can see like the qualities that Goro has that makes him, you know, like a comforting partner to her.
Yeah.
For Hiro, I don't really see that. It's just like he's the main character, so he's gonna do it eventually, and he's just saying all the generic good guy stuff. And the only reason that the other guys couldn't do the same thing is because they're not the main characters. Like, honestly, if Goro was in the middle of the promotional stuff, he could probably say the same things. I mean, he doesn't look like a main character, so he's got his own set of issues.
I think he could pull it off, but it'd be...
He can't if Hero's in the same anime. Like, even Zorame looks like a better main character than him.
Actually, no, Mitsuru is definitely more of a main character.
Dude, like, even like...
Actually, nearly all of the cast is more of a main character.
Than Hiro.
No, than Goro, man.
Or
we're talking about
Goro.
appearances.
Okay, than Goro. Alright, appearances-wise, I'm...
Goro is very
Goro
much a
had a
side
focus
character.
episode, and he failed it. Okay, that's all. He got one chance.
Yeah, but like, he did still have like those... They did get those qualities in him that we can kind of like...
Well, it shows that he can relate to his partner, right? They could talk. They actually did talk, and they talked about their problems, specifically about Hiro.
Yeah.
So it's great and all, but like, I still feel for 02. Like, I know you hated her this episode, and I'll let you explain why you hated her, and maybe that's not the entire story, but like, I still feel I feel bad for her, and it's like, as much as some of the stuff she did in this episode is just like, geez, why are you, you're going that route, you're like, oh, is this what you mean by love? Why don't you just get this over with so that, we can go kill some more Klaxosaurs? And it's like, that was a little depressing, because that's kind of a hint as to what her life has been like, right? How she's gone through, what was it, like over 100 different, how many people did he say? Different stamens or different like partners, and she's just, and apparently just sucked them dry, just consumed
like she
them.
Like infected them with the Klaxosaurus virus and nearly killed them. Like, even Mitsuru, like, he didn't go through it fully, thankfully, because I really like his character, but
yeah,
it's like the whole mystery surrounding 02 is really interesting. We could talk about her character, but I feel like that's something I probably want to save for the end. How did you guys feel about the other team that we saw at the Garden? The one with
the Special Forces.
Yeah.
Mikhaila. Mikaila's team.
Michaela?
Michaela from Warrior No Seraph.
Michaela, yeah, I'm gonna go with Michaela. Anyways, let's see. I didn't really. Wait, here's the thing. We're gonna see them actually get their own characterization later. So this episode, I'm just like, yeah, all right, okay. Yeah.
One word I have a problem with there is they. I don't think any of them are gonna get any development except for the main guy.
No, let me rephrase that. We're gonna see their quirks later on.
I don't even think we're gonna see their quirks. I think they're just gonna be
no.
Did you see their? If you look at their unique character designs, they have to at least have quirks.
Didn't you see purple-haired hero? Like, come on, he's definitely gonna get at least. Nothing.
No. Did you see Mr. wearing an iron mask? Excuse me, that man at least has a quirk.
This ain't Hero Academia. We gotta wait till next season for that.
This is a 2-core anime, so.
Yeah, but like the way they were standing behind him is like, I don't know, they were like oozing not even secondary characters. They're just oozing background character. Just like, look at how irrelevant we are. Like that one dude in the front was looking so proud of himself. Just like, look at me. I blend in with the background. I was like, yeah, you do. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna really amount to anything. Like even when we saw the other team, the one where they had like basically like uniform mechs, like they weren't really fleshed out all too much either.
Well, they're meant not to be fleshed out because they're basically fodder.
Yeah,
their mechs are literally identical.
Like if these guys actually do start fighting, then maybe I'll change my opinion on them. But I think it's just gonna be like Michaela and his team, and like because I feel like he's doing enough by himself to kind of like warrant his existence. Because I really like his interactions with like Ichigo. I mean, yeah, there was like some flirting which I found kind of amusing, but like just like him kind of providing some of that like mysterious information just to spark drama between Ichigo and 02 and Hiro. I love that stuff. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah. I wanted him to go on about the secrets. But we are running pretty late on this episode. We're about 18 minutes in, so we should probably give our final thoughts and then wrap this up.
All right, Alex, final hated thoughts?
I hated 02 for a majority of this episode just because she was a bit too edgy. But that's like its own discussion.
Here's the thing. I definitely understand it because it's a different. She has a different perspective because she's a monster, and only as a represented fiction, they're usually one of the more aggressive monsters. So I could definitely understand why she's being such a terrible person because, well, that's her true nature. And it makes sense to me, which is why I'm just like, yes,
I don't know.
It's just like bound to happen.
The actions she was making in this episode just felt like easily like mimicked actions that like some edgy high school teens could imitate.
You have a stereotype. You have a stereotype running in your head, and it's blurring your vision because I think most people probably are not seeing that from 02. I think a lot of people are probably seeing it like the way I and Jordan are, where it's like, oh, she's a much more unique character than a lot of female leads. This is a very different archetype that you're not really used to seeing. She's not like any particular genre, she's not tsundere, she's not this, she's not that. She's got a lot more going on. She's definitely pushing it with her, she's more so than anything else, so it's kind of like egregious almost, but
yeah, I feel like I know some people who could probably who would probably imitate this behavior, and it's kind of like
that's
creating this like negative bias in my mind. I'm
just like, here's like I definitely understand. Basically, it's just okay. This is just chuny fodder, and I hate chunies. Boom.
That's the word I was looking for. Yes.
There you go.
Please explain to the audience what that is, because I don't even know.
Chunibyo, 8th grader syndrome, where every kid just thinks they have special powers and they're, I've got to suppress the dark powers within me. No one else can know.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Basically, hey, you know that kid who thought it was basically Naruto? It's basically.
Oh, see, this wasn't cringy like that.
Or no, actually, sorry, not Naruto. Sorry, Sasuke.
Oh,
Sasuke.
Sasuke.
There we go. My apologies.
All right.
Naruto is far less edgy.
Is that the conclusion of your final thoughts, Alex?
Yeah, I think we should end it here because we're almost passing 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was a very, very interesting episode. So so let's see. If you liked it, leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell of notifications, and let's see. Yeah, I think that anything you guys want to chime in with here?
Social media links and Discord link in the description down below.
Yeah, those things.
Let us know what you liked about this episode or what you didn't like about this episode, because all three of us are kind of on different levels of this. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you have any theories, post them.
Yeah. Especially about the children, because I don't think we went into them too much this episode.
Yeah, I wanted to cover the children, but we time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thanks for watching.
Yeah.
See you later.
Keep it juicy.
Later.